The story of the endangered tiger is not just about a majestic animal. It is a symbol of our planet's ecological health and a reminder of how deeply humans impact the natural world. Tigers once roamed freely across a vast range of landscapes, from the snowy forests of Siberia to the tropical jungles of Southeast Asia. But today, their existence hangs by a thread, a reflection of the broader environmental challenges we face. The tiger's decline is a tale that stretches back centuries, though it has accelerated dramatically in the last few decades. The global population of tigers is now estimated to be under 4,000, a stark contrast to the hundreds of thousands that once lived across Asia. As early as the 19th century, tigers were widely revered across many cultures, particularly in Asia, where they were considered symbols of strength, power, and mystery. For centuries, they lived alongside people, sometimes in harmony, sometimes in conflict. However, this relationship began to shift dramatically with the expansion of human activity. As cities grew and agriculture spread, forests and natural habitats began to shrink. Deforestation, a process that continues to this day, drastically reduced the land available for tigers to live, hunt, and roam. The tiger's habitat once spanned from Turkey in the west to the eastern parts of Russia and from the Himalayas down to Southeast Asia. With every new highway, every new field of crops, and every logging operation, the tiger's world grew smaller. One of the major threats to tiger populations has been poaching, which has been a critical issue for the species. Tigers are often hunted for their pelts, bones, and other body parts, which are sold on the black market. In many cultures, tiger parts are used in traditional medicine, and some people hunt the tigers for sport, to display their wealth, or for trophies. This illegal trade has decimated populations, particularly in countries like India and parts of Southeast Asia, where tigers were once most abundant. But the threat of poaching isn't the only reason tigers are endangered. As human populations grow, so does the demand for space and resources. Tigers are solitary creatures that require vast territories to survive. With the destruction of their habitats, many tigers have been forced into closer contact with human settlements, resulting in conflicts. Farmers, feeling threatened by tigers hunting their livestock, sometimes kill these magnificent animals out of fear or revenge. On the other hand, tigers who are pushed into smaller areas or less hospitable terrain often struggle to find enough food. Starvation, alongside the increased human-wildlife conflicts, further erodes their chances of survival. Another significant factor in the tiger's plight is the depletion of their prey. Tigers are apex predators, which means they rely on a healthy population of herbivores such as deer, wild boar, and other animals to sustain them. As deforestation continues, prey species are also pushed out of their natural environments or hunted by humans for food. Without their natural food sources, tigers find it harder to survive, and their populations continue to dwindle. Climate change is also a growing concern for tigers. As temperatures rise and rainfall patterns change, the ecosystems that tigers depend on are shifting. In some areas, droughts have made water sources scarce, and in others, the expansion of agriculture has led to the destruction of wetlands and forests. The Sundarbans, a delta region in India and Bangladesh, is home to the Bengal tiger, one of the most iconic subspecies. However, rising sea levels and increasingly erratic weather patterns threaten this vital habitat, making the survival of tigers in the area uncertain. Despite these challenges, efforts to save the tiger have been ongoing for decades, led by various conservation organizations, governments, and local communities. These efforts have seen some success, especially in places like India, where dedicated tiger reserves like Jim Corbett and Sundarbans have provided safe havens for tigers. The establishment of national parks, the implementation of anti-poaching measures, and the increase in awareness about the dangers of tiger poaching have helped slow the population decline in certain regions. Additionally, scientists and conservationists have worked hard to protect habitats by creating wildlife corridors that connect fragmented forests, allowing tigers to roam freely and find new territories. International cooperation has also played a key role. The Global Tiger Initiative, launched by the World Bank in 2010, sought to double the number of wild tigers by 2022, setting ambitious goals for tiger conservation. While the world didn't meet this target, it helped to bring global attention to the issue and foster cooperation between nations that share tiger populations. Countries like India, Russia, China, and Indonesia are working together to combat poaching, protect tiger habitats, and share data on tiger populations. The efforts are not just about saving tigers but also about preserving the ecosystems that depend on these apex predators to maintain balance. One of the biggest triumphs for tigers in recent years is the rise in tiger tourism. This has been a controversial issue, with some critics arguing that it commercializes the tiger's plight, while others believe it has been an essential source of funding for conservation. Tiger tourism, especially in India, generates millions of dollars each year, which is used to fund anti-poaching patrols, protect forests, and support local communities. In some cases, local villagers near tiger reserves have embraced this ecotourism, seeing it as a way to benefit from the tiger's presence without harming them. Yet, while there are signs of hope, there is still much work to be done. The future of the tiger hinges on continuing efforts to protect their habitats, reduce poaching, and ensure that human activities do not continue to encroach on the spaces that tigers need to thrive. The tiger is more than just a symbol, it is a keystone species. Without tigers, the entire ecosystem they help regulate begins to unravel, affecting everything from plant life to the populations of other animals. In recent years, tigers have become more than just an endangered species in need of protection, they have become an icon of conservation itself. They represent the delicate balance between human development and wildlife preservation. As the world faces mounting environmental challenges, the fate of the tiger is a test case for how we can address larger environmental issues, from habitat destruction to climate change. Ultimately, the tiger's future rests on the actions of all of us. It is not just a matter of saving one species, but about ensuring the health and balance of the ecosystems that sustain life on Earth. The continued fight to save the tiger is not just about protecting an animal, but protecting the world that supports it, our world. Through tireless conservation efforts, tiger populations have slowly started to show signs of recovery, particularly in countries like India and Nepal. But the story of the tiger remains a cautionary tale, a reminder that while the world is capable of making positive changes, we must act swiftly and decisively before it is too late. The tiger's roar still echoes through the forests, but it is a fragile sound, one that needs to be heard by all of us to ensure the survival of this magnificent creature for generations to come. If you enjoyed this documentary, give it a like, share it with someone who loves endangered animals, and subscribe our channel Wild Hope for more interesting content. Thank you.